A model is basically a live version of a mannequin. You have to be very careful when you're talking to them, when you're connecting with them. It's about being flexible. You need to be flexible with your body, with your mind, and your emotions. Take someone with you. Never go alone for a shoot. It's about connecting with people. Like, you need to connect with a lot of people. Dress according to the occasion. Speak according to the situation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to this session. So, talking about the session we are starting today, it's about human library. So, this is a platform that has been organized by the Triangle company for all the unique personalities to come forward and share their lives and experience, and so that everyone watching will also get a piece of the experience of in the area they like to flourish in. So, we have Niranjana with us today to take a small session regarding model. So she's been model for the past 5 years. Yes. So I'll just pass on the mic to her so that she can take this session forward. And I also request everyone to share this regarding this session to your friends and families, and so we can get into a larger population and get success in this.
So, hello all. My name is Niranjana. So I've been into modeling for the past 5 years. Other than that, I've been into the fashion industry as a stylist, as a choreographer, and a lot more. Because I love fashion, that's the thing. So since my childhood, I've always wanted to be a model, but when I grew up, I never had an idea that I would become a model. But when I was in my college, I did an intercollegiate, like a fashion festival. I walked for them, and then from there, a designer told me there's a show going on in Kochi. But I went for the auditions, and that is when I actually started my career. So from there, I met a lot of talented designers, and then from there, they asked me if I could do a shoot. So I never thought I would become like a print model or like a editorial model. I was always into ramp. I love walking on the ramp, so that was the thing. So that is how my journey started. Mainly, I would say in modeling industry, it's about connecting with people. You need to connect with a lot of people. Let it be designers, let it be makeup artists, photographers, everyone. So that is how you start with. But currently in our industry, we have a lot of things happening. So we have to be careful about that too. I look forward to share a lot of things about what's happening in the current industry. And I'm really thankful to the Free Triangle, Monica, Nikita, everybody for calling me in here. So let's start the session. Let's start with the fact, what actually is a model? What is a model to you? That's where I want to start. So right now I see a lot of people feel like being a model is being pretty. But that's not it. It's not about being beautiful. Being a model is basically a live version of a mannequin. There's nothing more to it. It's not about if you have a pretty face, if you have a pretty body. It's not about you need glowing skin to be a model. No. You need to take care of yourself. Yes, that's true. But it's not about having a pretty face. It's always about having that attitude, having that structure to showcase a product, even a service. If you're doing advertisement shoots, then you need to have an ability to act, ability to show more emotions, different emotions, like being sad, being happy. That's how things work. It's not, again, modeling is not just about showing attitude. You need to learn how to showcase your emotions. If a job is assigned to you and you need to look like a poor girl, who's coming from a low background, then you need to have that face. You need to show that emotion. Otherwise, if you have to model for a jewelry brand, then you should have a pleasant face or whatever that job requires you to do. So it's about being flexible. You need to be flexible with your body, with your mind, and your emotions. And you need to learn how to showcase it on your face. So every time I go on ramp and every time people talk to me, they always ask, why are you so rude? Why do you look so rude on the ramp? There, it's not about me having a pleasant face. On the ramp, it's about showcasing the product that I'm supposed to showcase. It can be a product, it can be a dress, it can be a jewelry, it can be a, a bag, anything. But we need to be flexible according to whatever the job is given to us. So that is what I have to talk about modeling. So modeling is basically being a live mannequin who can showcase a lot of things, like who has that, I would say, a charm, who has a charm to showcase things. I don't think everybody has it. You can develop it, yes. Nobody is born as a natural model. Some might have that charisma, some might have that attitude, but you can always develop your skills. One thing, another thing that I want to share is about all models doesn't have to be skinny, or like you guys don't have to starve yourself to be a model. Like people always ask me like, oh, you don't eat? Are you on a diet? No, I'm not on a diet. I eat whatever I love. It's just that my body, like it has been always this way. But everybody has their own body structures. Everybody has their own bone structures. So our bodies are made in different forms, and that does not stop you from being a model. So right now, I don't know her name, but she was just asking me, like, I want to be a model. I'm really into modeling, but, I'm short. But that's not going to stop you. You can always be a model if you're short also. So modeling for short people, I wouldn't say they can get on ramp. They can. But otherwise, they can more focus on, print shoots, advertisements, maybe even films. So being a model, one thing I was very sure about is that I never wanted to get into films. So I've never tried acting. I'm not into doing advertisements. I only do photo shoots and ramp walks. That's what I focus on.
How was your experience when you walked your first ramp?
Yeah, sorry I forgot to mention that before, but it was absolutely, a feel-good moment for me, because you can see all the lights flashing out there, all the photographers, all the people are looking at you, and you're on top. The ramps are always placed on a higher surface, so you're on top. You'll be wearing a very good dress, or you'll be having a lot of makeup on. So it is my first time putting that much makeup on, and like pretty clothes. Like all the clothes are really good, and one thing is that everybody is looking at you. And that actually makes you feel like you're on top of the world. It doesn't matter if the ramp is short or if the number of people are less. It just matters that everybody is actually looking at you and what you're doing. That's how it is.
So when you walk for a particular designer, not necessarily you would be comfortable or you would love what you're wearing to the utmost level. You might not feel like yourself sometimes when you wear certain side of outfits, or be it makeup or hairstyle, because they want to get their products out there. So they might style it in a very unique manner. So how do you showcase, how do you walk confidently, like, presenting whatever they put on your body?
So that's actually a very good question, I would say. It doesn't matter what your stylist is giving or asking you to showcase. It doesn't matter what a designer has for you. It only matters that you're a model. End of the day, you're a model, and you're supposed to do it the way the stylist or the designer wants you to. If you're uncomfortable, okay, in Kerala, I would say in India, it's actually a myth to say that, you're not allowed to wear revealing clothes, or whoever is a model, they are the only ones who wear short clothes or like bikinis and things. But if that is what the job is, if that is what the requirement is, you have to carry it. That is how you become a model. So telling out there that, oh, sorry, I cannot wear a short dress, you should not even think about it if you really want to be a model. You should be comfortable enough. You should have that flair to carry anything and everything, whatever the job requires. So for me, I've done different things. I've walked on a ramp. I've done a very good shoot. I don't remember the designer's, like a show. I don't remember the designer's name, in which we were not allowed to walk. So normally you see the catwalk. Like when models get on a ramp, you have to do the catwalk. That's not what he required. He wanted us to do a dance. He just wanted us to move around. So we all of us models, were just walking around doing random things. He did not want us to do a ramp walk. So we have to act accordingly. That's what it is. You have to be flexible. You have to be adaptable to situations and what the requirement is by the designer, by the stylist. Even when you do shoots, it's not necessary that you'll always get a makeup, a look that looks good on you, your hair. It doesn't matter. So I have a style. I have my personal style, but I cannot ask the makeup artist or the stylist to tell that, okay, this is not my style. I can't do this. I can never say that because end of the day, I'm a model and I'm supposed to showcase what they want to. Otherwise, I should not take it. I should not, if I'm not comfortable with a look. So before a job, before an assignment, we'll be shared, like they'll share as mood boards, they'll share as looks. So they'll end up they'll tell us that, okay, these are the things that we are looking for. If we are not comfortable with that, even before taking the job, we should just state that. Say, okay, I'm not comfortable with certain things, even for shows. So for shows, the thing is that we'll have dress trials just before, either before getting onto the ramp or the day before. So if you're not comfortable, you cannot actually tell that you can't do it. Otherwise, you should not sign up for the job. Initially, when a call comes for you that there's a show happening, you should just say that, okay, I don't think I'll be, able to carry this. You should know your strengths. You should know what you're comfortable with. You should understand yourself. You should see that how, you should have this perception in your mind that people are going to see you for the thing that you're wearing or the thing that you're trying to showcase, not for the person that you are. When I started modeling, I told you about my first ramp experience. So after that, I got a lot of connections. A lot of people started calling me. But it was very difficult for me to choose whom to work with. I did not know anybody. There were like very few people. I was just getting to know the industry. But luckily, I got connected with a lot of good people. And one thing is that I've always been very anxious about connecting with people because there's a lot of fraudsters in the industry. I would not deny that fact. There's a lot of fraudsters. There's a lot of people who are just waiting to utilize you for your talent and for many other things. So you have to be very careful when you're talking to them, when you're connecting with them. Initially, I would say it's always best to keep somebody whenever you're going for a shoot. If somebody calls you for a shoot, I would always suggest to take someone with you. Never go alone for a shoot. Even when you start talking, always look for points that, just ask for things. Okay, if somebody gives you a shoot or a show, ask, okay, who are the designers who are going to be there? Who's the stylist who's a part of the shoot or the show? Who's the photographer? Do a background check about all of these people and see if they have a good thing out there. If people are saying it, ask people. Right now when I started, Instagram was not that strong. Facebook was, but even on Facebook, people just start talking to you for no reason. But since we have Instagram, even in Facebook, we can see mutual friends. Whenever we search for people, there are like a lot of mutual friends. You can always go ask them, like, do you know this person? How this person is? Is there a problem? Have anybody? Or if you go through their page itself, you'll see a lot of people who have worked with them before. So personally, I have never had an issue after a certain period. Like only when people started knowing me, I would say I've had a few issues with photographers, with designers. When we get on ramp, they try to help us with the clothes and things. So as a woman, I've faced a few things, but it's all up to us. It's about how we face it. Either we can lose that contact by just trashing it off, like saying that okay, just stop it, or there are a lot of people whom I have seen who just let people do it for the sake of work. So it's about choice. Even in the media industry, in any of that area, if you choose to be the person you are, like choose to do things that only works for you and you're comfortable with, then it's fine. Otherwise, it's a mess. You need to be very careful. You need to choose wisely, I would say. You need to do a background check all the time. Have a person with you so that you can, whenever you go for a shoot, there's somebody with you. And yeah, keep connecting with people. Listen to your heart when you talk to people. Like when you talk to somebody, even through Instagram or WhatsApp, you'll get to know that, if there's a tone of voice, if they're using some words, if they're, trying to hint you something, then you should get to know. It's normal human tendency to understand when there is a danger. So that's it. That's what I feel about it.
So for an upcoming model, for them setting boundaries is something they would fear. Yes, because they want to flourish in the industry. So they might think, okay, if I set certain boundaries, people will not call me for work. So if they want to set some fixed boundaries, how can they do it in a professional and in a very civil manner so that it doesn't come out as very, harsh or like, I don't want to work?
So, one thing that I practice, it's a very tricky question, I would say, but one thing I practice is that I just tell them very professionally that, okay, I'm based out of this place. I've been working here. I always maintain my portfolio, saying that, okay, this is my portfolio. I don't send random pictures saying that, okay, these are the pictures or shoots that I've done. I just share them my portfolio and tell like, okay, this is my profile. All details are there. Like my contact details are there. My body measurements are there. Everything is in there. So if you have any work, you can always contact me. And if somebody gives me a shoot, I'm not comfortable with it. I just say that, okay, there is this thing. I don't feel like I'm fit for this job. Just say that. Okay, I don't feel like, I will be able to pull it out. So if you say that, so it depends on the other person too. Doesn't matter however kind we are or however humble we talk to them, they will always have their own, okay, she just denied working with me. So that thing is something that it's not in our control, I would say. One thing that we should be always careful is that we always stay humble. We always talk in such a way that it doesn't hurt another person. Not in just the modeling industry, in general, we should always speak in such a way that we don't offend the other person. You just have to be clear, very straightforward with your answers, okay? I'm not comfortable with this makeup or I'm not comfortable with wearing this cloth. I don't feel like I'll be able to, do a good job if I'm going to work with this organizer. That's enough. You should be very clear and straightforward when you communicate. That's how it should be. Yeah.
Hi. Do you think modeling is a right career choice for somebody who has got an introvert personality?
That's a relatable question to me because I myself is an introvert. But again, I would say it was difficult for me initially. But if you really want to do it, I never thought of making it a career. Still, it's not a career, it's a passion for me. So I do my works, I'm very choosy with my works. And I have difficulty talking to people and asking for work to people. But that is where mails help me. In Kerala, it's not practiced much. Emails are not practiced. People prefer just texting over Instagram, WhatsApp. And, people love buttering. I will be very clear. Like, people love buttering. If you go ask them, hey, did you have breakfast today? How was it? Oh, are you doing works? That's not my thing. It was very difficult for me. But then, after, right now I'm actually practicing this thing where I can be, nice to people. Like just, okay, hey, I've come back to Kochi or I've come back to Kerala. I'm looking for works. It'll be good if you could, just let me know if there are any works. So I just say this line and I end it there. If the other person is ready, they can always come back to it. Okay, yeah, hey. Okay, we just have to send reminders saying that it's very easy when you have social media. If they put on a story, we can just say that, hey, I'm here in this place, so if you have any work, just contact me. That helps. Otherwise, it is kind of difficult. Without social media, it would have been very difficult. But as an introvert, I would say, you need to push your limits if you really want to make it a career. It's about our choice. If you really want to make it, if I really want to make a career out of it, then I really have to push myself to talk to people, connect with people. So when I was in Pune, I signed up with a Mumbai agency. So I was an agency model for there sometime. There, my biggest fear was going to parties. So in Mumbai, if you're a model, you need to attend parties. Without that, it's not possible. Like you need to go out there, you need to make connections, you need to talk to people. So I was not really comfortable with that environment. That is why I chose to stop it and come back here because here, again, it's my job. So basically, I'm not into modeling. It's not my career option. But if you really want to make it, then you really need to push your limits. It's like every other job. If you really want to do something, you have to push your limits. Yeah, that's it.
So what are the certain practices you undertook in your personal life, being an introvert, to boost up your confidence or to put yourself out there? Some tips and tricks the upcoming people can think about putting in their practice or in their lifestyle.
I would say maintain your portfolio. Like if you really want to be a model, maintain your portfolio. Do shoots. Go and check out people who are doing really good work. So if you go out there, if you check like brands from Kerala, if you check brands from like on a national level, on an international level, you'll get to see the difference. You'll get to see a lot of things out there. Okay, I really want to do this. So if you go to in social, in Instagram, if you go, you'll see a lot of people who are following that. A lot of photographers will be following that. So it means that they are also inspiring to do something of that sort. Then connect with them. Connect with people whom you feel like it's always your gut feeling. Like you feel like this person is doing something that I can relate to. Okay, this photographer is doing something that I can work on. Then just connect with them. It's not difficult. It's not very difficult if you really want to do it. Otherwise, if you feel like, okay, I don't think I should be doing this, or I don't have the confidence right now to do this, then always work on your confidence. So, in my personal style, I don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't wear like pretty clothes all the time. I just wear my comfortable clothes, shorts, t-shirts, that's it. But if I really want to go out there, if I have to go for a show, then I definitely have to wear something that makes me look good. Otherwise, also, it's okay to maintain your personal style, but dress according to the occasion. Speak according to the situation. Like, that is how things work. Otherwise, it'll get difficult, and you will see a lot of other people flourishing out there. You know, a lot of people who just enter the industry, they will be doing a lot of works, they'll be getting a lot of things because they're good at, maybe they're good at speaking, or maybe they're good at like, going for a lot of parties and celebrations and everything, open to communication or open to connect. So that's how it is. It's not necessary that I'm only speaking, like, it's not that I'm only speaking for women. I see a lot of men here. One thing is that being a model, you need to take care of yourself. One thing I'm really bad at, I would say, I don't take care of myself well. But to everybody, I would say, like, hydrate yourself, eat your vitamins, have good food, keep your skin clear so that makeup artist doesn't have a, hard time working on it. Keep yourself, maintain your personal hygiene and things. Yeah. So there's a lot of intricate things when it comes to the, real scene. But one thing is that always maintain your attitude. Be yourself. That is how you can actually go out there. Like, maintain your personal style when you're not actually doing a shoot or a show. Like, yeah.
Is there anything specific the girls or boys has to like separately take care of, or is it like common as a whole? I understand you would be having more knowledge in your area, but from your experience in the past 5 years.
So, in the current industry, like not in the current industry, it has always been like this. I would not say the girls are the only ones who needs to be careful. I would really ask the boys also to be careful because people can easily utilize any of you. If they see like, okay, you really want to do it, then people will be like, okay, I have an easy way to do it, just come with me. So it's very, there are like a lot of people out there saying, who would be there to tell this to you. But being a girl, girls are more cautious about it. Boys don't mind thinking that, okay, I don't think like nothing can happen to me. But it's not like that. A lot of things can actually happen to boys too. So everybody has to be careful. You have to be careful with your words. You have to be careful about, how you talk to them, everything.
So you would suggest doesn't matter it's a boy or a girl, everyone should be accompanied by someone when they initially start. Yes. Oh, all right. So I would like to conclude today's session. All right. Thank you so much. It was such an amazing time interacting with you.